server. Is that what I don't have a good connection to? All right, now I have a... Now, see, it's so unstable. When I used to stream to Twitch, I'd never have this issue. How do I go here to dashboard?
Chopping wood with axe in hand, while the fishes fill my pan, questing through this pixel land. Min-max life feels oh so grand. No XP is capped.
Connection is excellent. Is it? Is it really?
Runescape life is here to stay.
Min-max training all night long, no XP wasted, ain't that wrong? Clicking fast and clicking strong, in this game where we belong. Mining ore and smelters flame, crafting armor in the game. Every function has a name, Runescape ain't ever lame. Through the scape of ancient lore, maximize what you adore. Endless grind but never bore, Runescape ain't and ever lame. Through the scape of ancient lore, maximize what you adore. Endless grind but never bore, Runescape's heart we all explore. Through the scape of ancient
See, this could be the problem with letting OBS pick what server I'm streaming to. Hey, how's it going on, Damage? Welcome to the stream. All right, maybe now that I have you in the chat, maybe you can help me out, see if my stream is hiccuping or not. I've been, I'm seeing I'm dropping so many frames and it's really concerning me. Luckily, this game doesn't have a lot of fast movement, but it's got me somewhat worried. Okay, so we will drink a stats restoration potion, which will quickly get our attack back up. Oh, it actually doesn't do it all the way in one go. I thought it actually would. Okay, as in you know the drill, or okay as in it's okay? All right, so right now it feels like I'm lagging a bit. That was exactly what I was worried about. Dang it. Like I'm lagging, or... Well, here's the thing. So if I pull up here, for some reason my upload is like spiking super high, super low, super high, super low, super high, super low. It's not staying level. Like I've already dropped over 3,000 frames, which is unreal. Fighting goblins till the end, just watching them fall while I check my phone. Have to work, the XP's my own. Let me pull up the stream on my end again. Drop a like just for the algorithm though. It goes hard on lag and then no lag at times. Mining slow, letting progress flow. Iron in the bank, coal in the sack. Take a sip, lean back, never looking back. Well, the walking right now is not lagging in the stream that I'm watching. Goblins till the end, just watching them fall while I check my phone. Have to work, the XP's my own. If you're talking about like when it loads the chunks though, that's different. That's just the game. Seems smooth. I'll leave that on. I'm flickering a bit with the connection with your camera. Marshall Wild. I am a legend. My camera's flickering? When every little click brings me closer to that tick. I've got real life to I don't see my camera. Hold on, let me pull it up on my phone possibly. With half my focus here, the grind still drawing near. It came through the grind, no rush in my mind. Just one click away. The only thing I see like kind of flickering, I think, is the it might be the autofocus making my wall like fluctuate a little bit in color. It was at the beginning when you first were in. Okay, so maybe it just wasn't happening when I looked. All right. So, okay. So Marshall Wild, while you're here, by the way, so we've got ourselves 52 attack just by swinging at dummies and whining. We have ourselves our rune armor, which we cannot equip yet, but we got ourselves up to 39 defense. We're only 20 XP away. So we're going to whack. Where should I go? I should go whack something for the last little bit. He popped in my general chat. In my general chat, what, on Discord you're talking about? Oh, yeah, okay, that's what you mean. Oh, I gotta really turn up. Hold on damage. I can't hear you because you're. I don't know if you could hear me. Input needs to be this. This needs to be. All right. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yep.
On damage?
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me? I can hear you.
Okay. Well, okay, now you're really loud. I couldn't hear you, so I was trying to figure out, because I haven't launched Discord for audio in so long. I didn't have any of the sound input set up.
Yeah, I get it. It's all good.
Yeah.
But
go ahead.
all I was just trying to say to you earlier was just that when I was first getting in and trying to watch you stream, it was all glitchy for a couple bits, but then it started getting better as the stream went. But yeah. At times, your camera wasn't lining up right. Like I said, like that was when I was first coming in. It would get blocky and then it would shift a little bit.
Oh, that's probably I don't know how to describe it, but
you know what I mean. It's
because my bit,
issue.
Yeah, my bit rate is not set very high because my internet's not good enough apparently to handle very much.
I get it, dude. Hey, you know what? You do what you gotta do, and plus you got a family, you got all your stuff you gotta do. So I get it. It's all
well,
good.
it's just we don't. When we moved, there's I'm running on Starlink right now.
I don't know what that is. So
you don't know what Starlink is?
No.
Elon Musk.
Oh.
Like not a dish, but like a thing you throw it in your yard, and then it just satellite internet.
Okay.
I'm like actually shocked that you've never heard of Starlink.
Dude, I'm using freaking whatever the name of it is. Spectrum. So
yeah,
do each your own on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. It's in my area. There's no like broadband lines, but they are running fiber. It just hasn't been run to my house yet. Like it's down the street and it's run to my house, but somewhere along the line it's not fully hooked up yet. So it's coming. I'm gonna have fiber internet soon, but it's just not fully set up. And then even the like your traditional like copper lines, stuff like that was never set up because I'm like living rural. I'm not in a city or a town or anything. So that's why I needed another solution. So Starlink is the satellite internet solution.
Better than nothing.
Yeah. It's actually pretty good. It's just not good for streaming.
I can tell.
Yeah. Definitely
Can you
wouldn't be able to
upgrade the
stream
plan
something
or
like
anything like that, or is it just like one set plan?
There's lots of plans, but it gets ridiculously expensive. I was looking at some of the other ones if you wanted to get priority or whatever. It's like you could easily get up to like $1,900 a month.
Damn.
Which is unreal. Okay, so sorry, just as for the RuneScape thing that just happened, I hit 40 defense.
Woo!
So I can put on this rune armor for the very first time. Boom! And we got a beer from it too, so I'm gonna drink the beer in celebration.
Nice.
And now I can change my combat back to strength. It feels so good wearing rune for the first time on this account.
Are you doing like a complete restart?
Well, so the official client has been shut down a long time ago, and this is a private server. And I just started playing on this one in February, and I had a challenge that I wanted to do where I'm wearing this white cape, which means I've beat every quest in the game. The Legends quest, you get a Legends cape. And I had this weird challenge where I wanted to do the entire thing with never training defense, and I achieved that last week. So now that I've achieved that, now I can train defense, and so now I just reached level 40, which I saved to do on stream so that I could put the armor on that I'm now wearing.
Oh man.
I wonder if I try to turn you way down because I remember in the past when we used to play Smite, for some reason on stream you would be so much louder than me. Like, you're good for me so I can hear, but I don't know if for the stream. I just picked a number and guessed that. I'm like, well, maybe this is probably a good volume for you.
It's good, man. I'm fine. I got a new mic a little while back. My old mic decided to go, 3 of the wires went, and I'm just like, yeah.
I need to get new headphones soon because they're like falling apart completely right now.
Hey, dude. Fine, you know. They're reasonable headphones out there for decently cheap.
That's the thing is I like good, I like expensive headphones. So I've been doing research on them. I want
you a Bose kind of person.
Well, the headphones I'm wearing right now are Sennheiser.
Gotcha.
So even I would say there's quite a range on them, but I was looking at some what are they called now? 599 HD. They're open back, so a lot of people are obsessed with like noise canceling and stuff like that. I want the opposite. I want to be able to hear the room noise, if that makes sense.
Nope.
So they're the ones I'm wearing right now are semi open back, where the other ones I was looking at are full open back. They make a much more natural sound, and usually your positional awareness to audio, so in like a game, is much better because it feels like the sound is in the room with you instead of just inside your head. Because you can hear the room noise as well.
Basically like stereo.
Well, it's a little different than that, but
I know I get the premise. I just went with the closest thing I could justify with that answer.
Yeah. And then the nice thing about that too is like if I'm streaming and I don't want to be too loud for people around, because they're open back, you can hear the room noise more, so you can actually hear if you're yelling more too. So there's that advantage. So I don't wake my son up in the other room.
How is Maverick doing?
He's doing really, really good. He's, what is it? Oh, tomorrow he's 15 months old.
Awesome. Congrats, man. Seriously, congrats.
Thank you. Have you been playing a lot of Smite 2?
Yeah.
Somebody dropped in my chat last weekend, 2 weekends ago. They're asking me if I was going to check it out. I want to, but I haven't got around to it. Mainly because I don't trust my internet enough.
I understand, but I'm telling you right now, when you do get better internet and you come to Smite 2, nobody's playing it.
Really? Are they all playing Smite 1 or just Smite's dying?
I can't say that Smite's dying because there's only 24 gods in the game right now for Smite 2.
Okay, so there's not enough, so everybody's just playing Smite 1.
Exactly. The newest god that they have 2 new gods coming out next week, which is going to be Ra and Sobek.
That's so funny. Like
And,
these are really old guys that I guess they have to port them over, but
they've been adding new sequences to things. So Sobek, now his ultimate has an execution.
for a guardian, that's weird.
Yeah,
He's a
they
mage
took all
now.
those classes away. They're literally just, you're either a strength or an int built god.
You're a strength or you're a what?
Intelligence int.
Oh,
But there are gods that have duplicates. Like Shock. He's a strength and int.
so like a
Because-
hybrid.
Yeah.
So it's like a damage versus utility or something like that.
Yes.
So it's
So-
basically like damage and support.
You keep cutting out here and there.
Like
Okay.
damage and support. I cut out
Yes.
on Discord. What?
You've been cutting for a little bit, like you'll break here and there. But it's fine. I still can. I have enough brain power where I actually understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
But so
I don't know if I should stream that. I might just. I don't even know.
dude, it's fine. Do what
No,
you
no,
love.
but I mean, I just looked down and I've dropped 40% of my frames. I remember when I used to stream before, I would drop 0% for like a 6-hour stream.
Well, I'm sorry, man. It's just you're in a tight spot with the internet right now. There's not much you can do about it, you know. So,
Well, the thing is, I'm at the mercy of the weather a little bit because at least I
Yeah.
finished my main arc that I wanted to do in this game on stream.
that's
So I'm
good.
actually kind of at a point where there's still tons of stuff I want to do in the game, but I don't know content-wise what I can do to keep people interested. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I get it.
it's a lot of grinding stuff now, not a lot of story arc stuff, which is fine and all. But you know what? Maybe I just gotta chat with people like what I'm doing right now, because people always like to hang out and listen to the conversation.
Well, it's all good, man. You know, if I have the time or if I have the ability to, I would come in here and talk with you because we've been buds for forever. Like, I've been talking with Bob lately.
Oh yeah,
You
oh
know,
yeah. Bob. So does Bob have 2 kids or just the one?
too.
Yeah, I kind of thought last I remember he was gonna have another kid.
They have a girl together. He has another daughter, and
He has 2 daughters.
yes, the first daughter. I don't know if you know too much about the relationship about what happened.
I not fully know.
Well, basically,
I don't. If you don't feel like you should say it on
yeah. I'll leave
like
it,
has
I'll
he
leave
said
at-
it on a
I'll
stream
leave it
with
as
you
it is.
before?
It was a crap situation for what happened.
But I mean, has he talked about it on like you're in public, like on your stream or anything before?
He talked to me about it in private and stuff. I don't.
So then,
I
if it's
like
been
how
in
you said-
private, maybe don't say it when I'm streaming.
That's kind of where I'm. That's kind of where I said I would not say anything. You know,
Yeah.
because it's his business. But besides that, Bob and me have been playing Smite 2, just chilling out playing it. Everybody that's on the game is not trying to be funny. Terrible.
Yeah. So you can
I'm
just
in-
like smack people.
Like, I'm gonna hit you, hit the wave once, and dive under tower.
Oh man.
So when I say if you came into it, you would start stomping.
It could be my way to like slowly get back into it because I'm gonna be awful as well, but everybody else is awful, so I'll just be less awful than them.
Believe me, dude, I've been just farting around in it, and for instance, they have new gods in this game. They have 2 new gods that you've never played. One of them's called Hecate, and the other one's Mordred.
Okay.
Mordred's character is all about bleed damage. He is basically like a copy of King Arthur, but with less abilities.
Wait, How do you, oh, well, because Arthur had a bunch of extra stuff, yeah.
Yeah, the difference between him and King Arthur is King Arthur has 3 ways of escaping. Mordred has 2. Mordred has a dash that he can use every 8 seconds that he can also use to knock up people, right? And his ultimate, where he has 2 ultimates. One ultimate is where he latches onto you with blood tentacles, and they wrap around you, and they basically root you to the spot. And he gets lifesteal for hitting you with it. And then the other ability is literally, he runs like a Naruto character. And
so does my son.
What?
So does my son Maverick. I don't know why. He just loves to run with his arms behind his back, and he just like giggles as he's doing it. I'm like, where did you just naturally wanted to do that?
Yep. And basically, if he hits you like that, it's like a ninja ult. He takes you into the sky, hits you like 6 times, and then drops you to the ground. The other one's Hecate, and she's busted.
Oh yeah.
Her ultimate, she has 2 portals. One in front of her and one behind her. If you're in the first portal, you teleport to the second portal.
So like Giannis, but laterally instead of vertically.
Yeah, but here's the other part too, though. She can go through those portals too, and so can your teammates.
Yeah, that's the same as Giannis.
No, but like.
Wait,
Giannis?
Wait, yeah. So Giannis, yeah, everybody could go through the portals with Giannis, right?
Yes, but could you do it multiple times?
What do you mean by multiple times?
Like, I think it lasts for like 40 seconds, but you can just keep reusing it.
You can reposition it?
Like, you can you hit it with spacebar, and then you can teleport using that portal to one portal to the other, then you can do it again if someone shoots you.
Oh. So, like, they'll...
You see what I'm
saying?
saying?
Like high-level Giannis players in ranked, how they're just
Yes.
unkillable, especially when you got to, like, diamond and stuff.
Yep.
People are going to be doing that with that.
Yeah. But, like I said, there's that. Those 2 are the newest ones. Then they have Hades, Zeus, Sol. Like, there's 20 gods in there. I'm not going to remember all of them off the top of my head. But,
I was just going to say, I remember the first time I got into Masters, like, I think I got in twice. Once for sure. I don't know if I actually got there the second time. But, Giannis, at that high level, there was one guy that I remember getting in games with. He was so good, and usually at that level you can't solo carry games. He was so good at Giannis that he was unkillable, and he could solo carry and playing Giannis mid. It was unreal. I would love whenever he was on my team. I'm like, yes, we won.
there are some people out there that are just that good with those characters.
And it was the only god he played.
Oh, well, that's a big no-no for me, because I at least have to spread out my
Well, that's what I think. Like, he was good enough that he could be, like, a pro playing at Worlds with his Giannis. But the thing is, he probably can't play anything else, and they could just ban it every game, and then he'd be useless.
Exactly. That's why you have to have multiple gods.
Yeah.
And that's why whenever I versed Incon, he would always ban Hades the minute he saw my name.
Which is funny.
You just go, all right, I see souls, I'm banning Hades.
It's hilarious that an ex-Worlds pro would target ban you like that.
Well, the reason why was because he knew I could solo carry the game if I had Hades.
He also knew if he took it. He also knew if he took it away, it was like it's a double swing. One,
Yep.
you're not going to be able to carry as hard, and 2, it actually might be a weakness. Like,
well, the thing was that he did that, and then I started beating him with other gods, and I noticed that he was looking at my builds, and then sometimes he would not copy my build, but he would just take notes to the items. And I wasn't smart enough to know about counterbuilding yet.
yeah,
So when I started learning about counterbuilding, I was like, that's why he was beating me.
mom, yeah. See, the thing is, you usually did a lot of unorthodox builds where you're counter building against the meta usually, and then it works because people just stick with the meta build and they don't think. But then when you play it against Incon, who had to play against pros where they would be counter build, he'd be like, oh, I see what's happening. I'm going to do this, and then it's going to ruin his thing. And yeah.
And that was the thing, though, because when I first played, I was always that person to make the random builds because I would think out how the process would work.
Well, the thing is, it's usually a suboptimal build. Like, but it just works if people don't pick up on it and don't like build appropriately. They just do their meta build, your build's gonna beat them. But if they pick up on it like Incon, then if you just did the meta build, you would have been better against him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the thing was is that, like I said, he was one of the few that gave me those problems. But other than that,
it's the same thing as like the chess world right now. Cause I got really into chess for a while, and the like Magnus Carlsen talks about like the best chess player ever. To get an interesting chess match, because otherwise the top level chess players they'll have a draw every single match. But if you don't want to have a draw, you have to take the game into an optimal place, and then where people can't prepare for it, bring it to a place where they've never been, and then play from there. Because if you did the optimal thing, everybody knows the optimal moves from that point forward, because it's such a known position that they know what to do against it always.
Yeah.
So you have to do something that's not as good, but it's something they've never encountered, and they're like, oh crap, I don't know what the best thing to do against this is, because I haven't prepared for that. And I never thought to prepare for it because this is actually a bad move right now.
You want to hear something that I dealt with literally last game? I was in a diamond, no, not a diamond game, but I was in a plat game, right? And this is completely true. I was playing Smite 2. I was playing Bacchus
they have
solo.
ranked. They have ranked, even though it's not that common.
Yep. So I was playing ranked. I was playing solo lane. I was playing Bacchus. I was playing Bacchus against the Bologna. Bacchus normally wins this once you get to late, right?
Well, I don't know if he's the same.
He is exactly the same.
Okay.
But worse. All right, so Bacchus is 2. You know when he belly flops?
Mm-hmm.
New move now. If you belly flap on somebody, they now take 30% of your protections as damage.
Okay.
And that's on the ability for whenever you jump on them. So it's guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of my favorite items is in the game. Gladiator Shield.
Okay.
So you basically double proc the damage with Glad Shield.
Well, Gladiator Shield has changed so many times. I don't know what it does now.
It's the one where they take.
Because it used to be at one point it was like a healing thing.
Yeah, that was the first version. This has the rendition of the last time they updated it, where it gives you 45 defense, but it gives you cooldown. And after when you hit somebody, all your defenses are hit for damage to them.
So almost like a protections version of what Ethereal Staff was at one point. Because Ethereal Staff used to be cooldown reduction and health as damage.
Yes, but that
and
one
it gave
was
you
all
lots
about
of you lots
stealing
of health. It gave you lots of health, and your health would be.
That one was all about stealing your opponent's health. This one's more about just taking your defenses and hitting the enemy with your defenses.
But it didn't steal health. Well, at one point, no, really long time ago, like season 5 maybe. Ethereal Staff used to give you, I think, like 400 health or something like that, and then it also did damage based on your total health pool as a one-shot hit.
I think I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
So what would happen is people would use on Ymir, who naturally has a lot of health, they would use that with Poly. Oh wait, yeah, sorry. Your health became magical power, and it gave an instant hit on abilities based on your health for Ethereal Staff.
Yes.
And then Polynomicon did an extra hit on your first auto attack based on your magical power. So like with Ymir, it was like super broken.
Oh, I don't doubt it. If I had that, then why not?
Yeah.
What was it?
And also, even before that, season 1, I think it was, when they didn't differentiate between magical and physical. So when Ymir could have poly and crit items, so you could get a crit poly hit as Ymir.
Oh, guess what? You can do that in 2.
You can do that now?
Yep. So, like how I told you, the 2 different classes, you're either int or intelligence, strength.
Yeah.
Every god is allowed to build every item in the game.
One?
Everyone's allowed to build any item in the game.
So then what is the difference between in and it just doesn't work as well with them for some reason?
No, because he still crits for like over 1,000 when he hits you.
Yeah, but if one's a damage class and one's a support class, like I'm just calling those per names, what if they could build all the same items anyways, why does one class use the item better than another class?
Because they have different scalings.
Oh, so it's just scaling is different.
Yes. So if I build strength's meant for strength characters, but let's say I build it with soul. That means my abilities aren't going to hit hard. I'm just going to have very strong basic attacks and basic attack damage. Soul is
Which
an int
usually is
character.
how she should have been played before.
Yes, but so I could build crit on soul and put her in the soul lane.
Yeah, what about is Oleron in the game?
No.
Soul was one of the first ones they added, right?
Jing Wei is in the game.
Oh, I like Jing. Does she still fly
buffed
into
her.
the...
They buffed her.
Oh, yeah?
And you're gonna you know Jing Wei, and you know how good she is. You know how she does the cross bolts.
Yeah, like the
explosive bolts?
AoE damage?
Yeah. So she can now proc that 3 times.
Nice.
So you can pop it once, shoot 3 times, pop it again, shoot another 3 times, pop it again, shoot another 3 times.
Oh, you used to do it twice. You used to do it in the base, have it queued up, do it, and then, yeah. I was like, you used to do something like that, but...
Yeah, but now you can do it like that.
Crazy.
And now her ultimate now, you can go once across, or you can do it again and pull it back to you and go backwards.
Back? Well, I mean, you could just flip your camera before.
No,
right?
but now you can literally do a drive-by, hit him once, hit him twice, and then sit back down. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it still does the same amount of damage per. They have Amma in the game. They have a bunch of them. But let me just load it up while I'm talking to you so I can actually give you a proper heads up on who's in the game.
Okay, I was... Ooh.
I didn't tell you either. I got a brand new computer, so this thing's got a 4080 Super in it, so this thing should have no problem with your stream and this.
Yeah. I have a 3080.
It's better than... Well, so the 2 newest gods they put in the game was Denzaburo and Hercules.
Oh, I like Denza.
Danza now has a new passive.
Yeah?
For as much int scaling that he gets, he spawns a clone that shoots with him.
Yeah, what did he do before? I don't remember.
What was that?
I don't fully remember what he used to do.
He would drink his sake, throw it at you.
Yeah.
One, he would shoot that at the money bag.
Oh, he had the weird leaf thing that you could kind of snake around in.
Yes. And then his ultimate was he got in the rocket and he shot at you.
Yeah, I remember that one.
So his rocket, if he's in the rocket, it hits twice.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like I said.
Sorry to interrupt here. You go ahead. I'll just keep in mind what I was gonna say.
That's okay. So basically, there's Zeus now. He's back to old Zeus. Do you remember old Zeus?
Like how old?
Like I hit 3 charges on you, and then
Do they stun?
Yes.
No.
And you keep the charges. So if he's got 3 charges on you and they detonates and he's like full cooldown, he can re-detonate again.
That's gross.
Oh no, that's not even the worst part. Mirrodin, the Staff of Mirrodin's in the game, and Mirrodin allows you to instantly reuse all of your abilities.
So you just
You pop
use
it.
eight
you hit-
abilities.
So basically, you can use all your abilities except for your ultimate. So if you have full cooldown and I'm Zeus, right? I hit you with 3 I hit you, detonate. Hit you with 2 more basic attack. You're trying to walk away, detonate again. Then I pop my ult on top of you.
Yeah, because you're stunned.
Yeah.
You get 3, you get stunned, and then you pop the staff, and then you do it all.
Yep.
So basically, I don't know. You drop your ult on them, you hit them once or whatever, once or twice. Probably have 3 charges on them, stun them, pop your staff and mirror in, drop your ult on him again while he's stunned, hit him more to get more charges, and then stun him again, and he's dead.
You can't reuse your ultimate again. This is only for your 3 primary abilities.
Okay, so you can't do 8 of them. Wow.
Yes.
Still, I would still use the ult after he's stunned.
Yeah. So basically, that's how stupid it gets with him. Thanatos in the game has no mana bar.
Well, he didn't have one before.
Yeah, he did.
Well, it was health based for his abilities.
Yeah, in this one, that's why he has no mana. He's all ability based. Like, all of his stuff is based off of reducing his health to hit harder.
Yeah. So, I mean, he had mana before, but it was not supposed to do.
Yeah. Susanoo's in the game. And he's busted because they fixed his passive or made it worse. So, Susanoo. So, you know how his thing is, if he attacks attacks after abilities, right? And he does the AA canceling.
Mm-hmm.
His new passive is called Storm Edge. For every time he hits somebody between an ability, he does another effect.
Yeah, so is there auto attack canceling in the game?
Yes, there is.
This game? Okay.
So, Susanoo with Storm canceling,
You're gonna get. I like that I'm playing such a chill game right now. I don't have to get all stressed out about doing all these high mechanical stuff, but you're gonna get me hooked on doing mechanical stuff again.
Well, the thing is that it's also good for you too to expand your horizon. And I put it like that. I'm not saying that to be rude, but sometimes when you play a game like RuneScape, it's great because it's chillax, but then sometimes that little part of that gamer brain goes, you know, I want to replay that game again.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to get you into it. I'm really not. I'm just being honest with you is all. I'm just telling you the information. Whether you want to take that, do whatever you want with that information, it's up to you. The Morgan's in the game. Yamoja's in the game.
Yeah.
Odin. Nuwa. Nuwa's busted. She's the most annoying you can get a god in this game is Nuwa. Why?
Does she still have the ult that hits everybody?
Yep. But her clay soldiers in this game are ridiculously powered up. Like, if I play full tank and she's full cooldown, I never hit her. She just keeps popping out clay soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
She gets stupid. Neath's in the game. Neath is dumb because you can one-shot with Neath now.
That's crazy.
You can
Does
literally
she still
make
have
her,
the
you can
same
make her-
kit though?
What?
Does she still have the same kit?
Yep.
Basically. That's
But
a fun kit.
You can build her, I think she's all int. But if you build her because in this game, like I said, you can build physical and magical items. You know what you can stack? Book of Thoth and Transcendence. You know
That's
both of
weird.
those. It's not. Because what do both of their passives do?
Sorry, I'm
Based
replying
on
back to
how much
Speedrun.
based on how much mana you have, you get more power.
Player not on my friends list. That's why it wouldn't let me reply.
But because of that, you literally stack both items. You'll get like 200 mana, 200 int, and about 150, whatever the name it is, 150 strength scaling with just 2 items. And that's pretty freaking good. And she just works off of both of them, so she literally just starts slamming into people with her ultimate, and her ultimate can do a stupid amount of damage. So she's all in scaling, and most items that are in the in scaling give more mana. But after that, for mages, we also have Kukulkan, because I know you like Kukulkan, right?
Yeah.
Hades, Baron Samedi, and Anubis. I know you know all those guys.
Yeah.
Anubis now has a different version on his ultimate.
Oh yeah. He
When
can
he-
move around though, right?
Yeah, he still moves around. But when he hits you with the initial burst from his eyes, it does a burst damage of 400 to whatever your int is to the damage before the tick. So it's really good for squishies as long as you hit them right when your eyes light up.
Excuse me.
No worries.
Yeah, keep going.
Alright, so starting from the top, Amaterasu, same kit, same everything, but she's more in scaling. On hers in the game.
On
Anub-
her.
Yep.
I always get the beginning of what he says, but I don't get the second syllable.
On her.
Yeah. On. I can do that part, but I don't know. I gotta listen to how he says the second part.
Yep. Like I said, Anubis, Ares, Athena, Bacchus, Baron Samedi, Bellona, Ternanos, Chalk, Danzaburo, Benrir, Hades, Hecate, Hercules, Jingwei, Vulcan, Loki, Mordred, Neith, Nuwa, Odin, Sol, Susanna O, Thanatos, the Morrigan, Yamoja, Ymir, and Zeus. Those are all the gods. They're in, I want to say February or June. One of the two. They're gonna release the game free to play.
Oh, it's yeah. Wait,
You
so
have
is
to pay
there
30.
if you buy the God pack essentially, or the Founders pack, whatever they want to call it this time, for Smite 2, the bonuses you get with like the gems that they cross over, the legacy gems,
Yep.
is that staying forever? Or is that only during the like stage it is now?
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I don't know all that information.
I don't think they probably haven't said, because they probably, if
But,
they
like,
are doing it, they want people to buy it now.
Well,
They don't wanna-
the thing is that right now I have, for gems, I have 3,200 and 326,804 gems.
Yeah, I'm gonna, for the legacy ones or whatever.
Yeah, that was because I had gotten one of the editions that legacy gems, all of your legacy gems twice as it all earned. So I get twice the amount of legacy gems that I spent in the first game.
Yeah, I've spent so many. I would get a ridiculous amount. Probably more. I don't know. Legacy gems can't be used to get certain things, though, right?
Nothing's really been made right now.
Yeah, so I would have more gems than I could even use, I'm sure, for that.
Yeah. The only reason why is because Hi-Rez is having a little bit of a problem with certain things.
Well, people are probably
So-
getting really pissed about it.
Well, do you know that Hi-Rez has officially fired like a quarter of their
I saw
art
on
division?
Well, I saw on Twitter that they had mass layoffs. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because 40% of their pro league has went to Deadlock.
What do you mean Deadlock?
Have you ever heard of Deadlock?
No. Another game.
It is a new game. It is. I have it. It's in alpha right now. It's a third-person shooting MOBA.
I mean, MOBA though. Interesting.
I'm just leaving it like that because I don't know if you're interested or not. But it's literally third person. It's designed by the guy who made Dota. And it's Valve that made it.
Oh, yeah.
And so you know money's behind this thing. And literally, it is... I don't want to sound like a jerk, but I don't want to sound mean. I don't want to sound like I'm lying either. It's beating Smite into the ground.
Oh, yeah? Because there was another one like years ago. I think Smite. I mean, the game has been around long enough. But last time, I forget what the game was called. People thought it was going to... Sorry.
No, do you think?
Replace it. And like it was huge initially. But then people ended up coming back.
Well, the
I
thing
saw
is,
what's his name? Lasses has been playing Smite too. He's been showing up on my.
He's been playing it, but it's just been. I'm telling you, dude. It just. I have a fear that it's dying.
So don't spend my money on it yet.
I can't guarantee that it will survive. Like, I think when it goes free to play, it will do better.
That's the thing, is yeah. People,
I'm telling you, right?
People gotta play. People gotta play it free and then get hooked on it.
That was kind of what I was trying to say. The thing is that even Smite 1, they kind of like abandoned Smite 1, if that makes sense, and then because they were trying to make Smite 2 better.
But of course, they don't want to. They want to try to keep. They want to purposely abandon it to force people over to the new thing, because that's what all the investment has gone into.
Yeah, the funny part is like Weekend and some of the other guys are just playing Smite 1. Because they are even saying that there's not enough gods in Smite 2 to play Smite 2.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Because of that, like once they make it to like 50 gods, then you have more counterplay. Because like in this one right now, because there's only like 24, it's everyone playing the 5 gods that are just mandatory to play. I'm gonna say this much, like I was gonna tell you earlier, but I forgot. I was playing Bacchus solo, and I was fighting I was fighting a Bologna, and Bologna kept face fighting me, right? And I'm Bacchus, and I have cooldown, so I'm just jumping on her and belching on her every 5 seconds. He ran away from me to heal up on to run toward the wave and heal, while I have Stonk on, where it gives you an aura effect anti-heal. So literally, she was getting no health, and I was just beating her in lane. I had like 80% health. She'd only have like 10% because all she focused on was attack speed, not survival. So basically, I was just owning her the whole match. And I was breathing on her, doing this and that. Loki comes over and snipes her twice and kills her. And he goes, "Man, that's so much easier. I've never had someone beat Bologna that easy." And I said, "Yes, because I got anti-heal." And he goes, "What do you mean anti-heal?" I said, "They can't heal if they can't heal, anti-heal." And he goes, "Well, you only have 40 with Curse Dunk." I'm like, "My breath does another 40." And he goes, "What do you mean your breath does another 40? I never knew that."
It's fun. It sounds like the player base is so inexperienced right now.
Now you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now you see why, like, I'm telling you, like, it's like, if you played, you'd understand the game and actually handle it better than more, but I'm not telling you to do that because of
it's almost just like very basic MOBA stuff, so it feels like there's people that don't even play MOBAs playing right now.
And there are people like that in Obsidian, because we don't have Diamond and Thing anymore, it's just Obsidian now. Obsidian, and I think the highest that you can go Grandmaster is Deity.
Is what?
Deity.
What is that?
That's Grandmaster.
Oh.
Like I said, let me look up the rank. So currently
it just
right
sounds
now,
weird.
currently right now, I'm in Platinum 3. It goes Amber, Bronze, Silver, Gold, Platinum, Diamond, Obsidian, Master, Demigod, which is Master, like the first 100 players, then Deity as the top rank.
Oh, it's just one person?
It goes Demigod, then Deity being the highest.
Oh, deity.
Deity. Deity, whatever.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense. Like it's a play on God, demigod,
Yeah,
and then a
yeah.
god. So the deity is the #1 ranked player.
Yep. Right now, I think the number one player in the world is Shinto.
Never heard of this. There's a new guy on the scene.
He's been on for a little while.
Oh yeah.
Like Haddix is up there. You know Haddix.
Oh yeah.
Him and Thing have had a fight, which was kind of interesting.
Ian who?
I'm trying to remember his name. My brain is freezing on his name. El Leon. Because they were on a team together, and literally you can look it up. It's hilarious. El Leon was being nice, and he was explaining something that they should be doing, and there was a botched objective for Fire Giant. And mind you, this was on a real game. This was on a practice game.
They're literally just salty over a misplay.
The Haddix was. Elion was just like, let's just next game, blah, 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 blah. But then Haddix literally threw a fit where he was basically saying, I want him off the team or I'm leaving.
That's funny.
Yeah, and Elion just, the next day, Elion came on and I think versed him in another round. Like the very next day. Yeah, I like Elion.
Yeah. I remember the name Haddix. I remember playing with them actually quite a bit, but I don't remember him too much actually.
This is the thing I don't like about those kind of players, because Haddix has always been one of those, you listen to me and you do what I want, or I don't play with you anymore.
Yeah.
And you know me.
Yeah.
The thing is, I've played with Haddix before. I've lost with him and I've won with him.
He plays solo lane, right?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
I versed him when Smite 2 first came out, and I was actually fighting their team. And I actually killed Haddix once. He killed me. And then he got a gank by Shinto, which basically made it so I couldn't live, no matter what I did.
Mm-hmm.
But I made Haddix have to engage because I knew what he was trying to do. And I caught him out when he did it. I made it so he was playing Ares, I was playing Hades, and what he had to do was he had to blink on me to initiate the fights, so I wouldn't waste my ultimate. Mm-hmm. And then he ulted on me, and then I double ulted because Hades has a new ability now where when you ult, if you want again, the ult lasts longer. So I re-ulted onto him, and I basically killed him.
So what do you mean? Can you move when you ult now?
Hades again. So basically, when you ult as Hades, you can use your 3 again, you can use your 1 again, you can use your 2.
So is his ult different, or is it still
It's the same thing.
The vacuum?
So
you can vacuum and then you can dive under the ground to reposition the vacuum
and re-vacuum. It will restart the ult.
Restart the time too, like
Yep.
the duration.
Yep. It resets the duration if you use your 1, but you can use your 3 to heal yourself if you have like multiple enemies in it.
Yeah.
It's a matter of preference.
But say if they blow their relic to get out of your ult.
Yep.
And then you use your 1 to reposition. Now their relic's gone, and they just got to take your ult.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the other thing is too is that we now there's now active items in Smite now.
Instead of relics, or there's relics and
no, you get one relic, that's it. And then That's it. Only one.
Well,
You
we
have
used to call beads and ages. We used to call them actives all the time, and then they changed them to relics. Now, what
But
are
now,
they?
like, if I want to have a beads, I get a purification beads that I
Yeah.
can use once every 50 seconds as an active.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's big difference.
Well, that's what it's just. You don't have to spend gold to get it. Is that what you're saying?
No, you buy the item and then it's just got a cooldown. So, like, let's say.
Well, that's what it always was.
No, but like, let's say you have 3 people around you. I could use my purification bead item, and all 3 of us will have beads once I use it.
Oh, so you can. That's the only difference is that you can share it.
Yes. Big difference, right?
Yeah, the sharing part. Yeah. I don't know if you said that earlier, but I missed that if you did.
I think I tried to say it, but I was thinking of something else and I went the other way. So they also have another item that's inactive. It's called Phoenix Feather. Phoenix Feather. You use it, right? When you use the Phoenix Feather, you gain 300 health back plus 30% of missing health. So if I'm at 10 HP and I pop Phoenix Feather, and I don't have any anti-heal on me, I'll heal 300 health plus 30% of my missing health. So if I'm a tank, that's huge. Mind you, it also gives you 65 magical defense and 275 health. Those are just base stats.
Yeah. Oh.
They also have another one which is like Pharaoh armor, where when you use your Pharaoh armor, anybody that attacks at you has a 15% attack speed debuff, and you get I think you basically just keep your same attack speed.
Wait, is Apollo? Did you read all the names? I don't remember you saying Apollo.
He's not in yet.
Damn.
I already know you'd probably be abusing the shit out of it. Like I said, hunters, they got Kernanos.
They got like mainly the ones I don't like that much.
Well, you like Jing.
I did like Jing a lot, yeah. They don't have. So I liked Jing. I like Rama.
Nope, no Rama.
Yeah. Who else did I like? I liked.
It's for hunters, right?
Yeah.
For carries. That's what they don't go by hunters. They go by carries.
I know.
On her, Hernanos, Danzaburo,
Dan's I liked
Jingwei.
at the end. Yeah.
Jingwei. I know you like Jingwei too. Neith, I know you like. Dole and Zeus. Those are all of the carry characters. Because if you use his one, on the wave,
Yeah.
his one now instantly gives all enemies on the wave that is hit with his one 3 charges.
3, not just 1.
It automatically 3.
So he can full clear by 1-3.
Yes. Dumb, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can kind of full clear before, because you used to, what was this? Is 2 is Aegis Shield that you just keep auto attacking, you would clear the wave. But if the other person cleared the wave too fast, then
that
it would
no
be
longer
useless.
works because his 2's different now.
Yeah.
His
But I'm just
2
saying, he used to be able to full clear easy before too.
His 2 now is an attack speed steroid. He shocks the area around him by lifting up his lightning bolt and shocking like within 20 units of himself. Like 10
So it's
to
almost
20
like
units.
a soul heat.
Yeah. And when he does that, it hits everyone around him and it gives them an auto charge for 1 charge for hitting them all with it. And he gets a 30% attack speed steroid. And max
30%.
ranked, I think it's like 45 to 50.
They need to add Bakasura.
It's Thunderclap, that's what it's called. And it's a 35% attack speed steroid at endgame and a 30% movement steroid. So, eat good on him.
Yeah.
And trying to think if there's anything else, but Danzaburou is pretty good. He's hybrid scaling in the game because it's just reading his abilities. So all of Danzaburou's abilities,
Hybrid scaling, so he's probably not that good of a carry then.
What?
He's probably not that good of a carry then if he's hybrid.
It depends.
Because usually going all in is better usually.
Well, the thing is that here's one of the things. If you go full int, your damage numbers for your abilities go up. If you go strength, your strength for your base attacks go up. I was literally watching Incon build a hybrid build on Danzaburou, where he had Polynomicon and Hydra's Lament together.
Yeah.
Along with all the other stacking items. He was hitting people with his abilities for over 1,000
Excuse me.
per ability.
And is the health still around the same?
Oh no, his health's actually stronger.
No, but I mean like typical gods having like 2,000 to 3,000 HP.
What do
2
you
to
mean?
4,000. Like the health pools, are they about the same in this game as what they were before?
A little less.
A little less. Oh, interesting.
Because Smite decided after you left to go back to 9.5. I don't know if you remember 9.5.
Probably, but I don't remember what season they were at.
It was before all of the giant health buffs, where everything was massively health buffed. You remember that when everything had like stupid amounts of health?
Mm-hmm. Not really, but
well,
maybe what I'm thinking of is when they're talking about tank metas and stuff like that.
Yeah,
maybe
this season is not about tank metas. This one's
how long are the games going?
35-40 minutes.
Yeah. I mean that's good, but hard for me to manage getting locked into a game for that long.
Well, I'm also going to tell you too, though, it's also the fact that you're dealing with people that don't know how to play the game now.
Yeah, so you get stuck not being able to finish a game because of that, or you guys sometimes finish games in like 10 minutes because of it?
Pretty much that. You know me and my personality, how I'm always trying to keep everybody going.
Yeah.
I have literally
the team fluffer.
Yes, I've always been a team fluffer. I literally played a game where everyone's like, we're gonna lose this fucking game, we're gonna lose this fucking game. I'm like, they have all early gods. We're gonna have a hard time, but we're gonna win.
Yeah, literally, if you can just drag it out, if they have all early gods, if you can just drag it out where they drop the ball, even if they get too overconfident, they decide not to end the game, they can shoot themselves in the foot. Like it doesn't even matter at late then. Get to late game. Stall them out.
I died 3 times in that early game as Bologna. Right? My end game score was 15-3 as Bologna. I literally was fighting AMA in solo lane with Bologna. You know how AMA is. She's a pain in the ass, but Bologna's just better. So
yeah,
she was beating me. I was going back to base, coming back, going back to base, coming back. She stole my blue 3 times. I stole her blue twice. And then I got Quinn size for Bologna. So basically, every time I hit her, her health gauge would just drop. He literally fought me, lost the match, and I went ahead and I got ganked 3 times with their, wasn't Loki, it was Fenrir. Fenrir would ult for me, right? I timed it perfectly. He ults to bite me, it goes off while I'm ulting. So I'm CC immune while I ult, jump in the air, land down on him because he deforms. I kill him, kill the AMA, Fenrir leaves.
Like rage quit?
Rage quit. He hadn't died once that whole game. He was like, I want to say 10 and 0. I killed him that one time.
He probably is like, he's probably rage quit and he's like, I'm just gonna play Smite 1 right now. He's like, screw Smite 2, right?
Dude, can't make this up. I think he thought that I was cheating or something like that. You know that when Bologna ulted CCMU, he bit me while I was CCMU.
Oh, dude. So he like literally could have bit you just before or just after, and you would have been fine.
Yes.
But he bit you at that one moment.
Yes.
That's his fault. Like, he shouldn't even be trying to bite at that point.
Well, the thing is that it's like my ult was still up, and I just had to wait it out.
Yeah, I guess.
And the thing is that one of the fun things I like doing now in solo lane, because stuff don't really matter. I get what's the name of it? I get Aegis for my item, for my relic, and I just wait for the gank, and I just Aegis all the damage. And the look of complete fear on their faces afterwards, as I just turn and fight them both and kill 1 or 2 of them.
Can you move when you Aegis right now?
Yes. And it gives you a 6% increase of movement speed after you Aegis for 3 seconds.
So while you're immune from damage, you get the movement speed, or after you're no longer.
You get it for like a little bit, it's like you because when you Aegis,
you get it during and a little bit after.
A little, not a lot. Like it's hard to explain. It's like you feel it, but then you don't, because Aegis sometimes slows you to a crawl when you use it.
Yeah, because you might be getting slowed while like that's the reason why you're hitting the Aegis, is because you're getting CC'd. So
so basically, and then what ends up happening with me is that I don't have a problem fighting these guys, but I'm telling you right now, dude, I'm like most of these people that play this game right now, easy. I'm not trying to insult the player base, I'm not trying to be rude to them, but
I am. Just kidding.
The only time I have problems is when I'm fighting pros.
What? Yeah. What I was gonna say a long time ago.
I will say one other thing though too. The graphics they put in this game are amazing. Like all of the gods and everything like that look substantially better.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, that's the whole point, because they changed the engine, right?
Right now, the strongest god in the game is Loki, because his damage output's insane.
Man, he's such a polarizing character. People either love or hate him, and usually the game is most like people hate him most when he's good.
Well, I didn't tell you Hercules' new buff. Hercules now has an ability called Apotheus. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Apotheos.
Apotheus.
It might be Apotheus. But
is it PH you said, or no?
Yeah, Apotheos.
It says APO, not APH. Yeah, I don't know.
Apotheus.
It's these.
Well, he gets 1 stack for every time he hits a god, right? When he gets to 4 stacks, he becomes enlarged and buffed. He gets he gets an increase. It happens for 10 seconds. His strength goes up 0.5 per level. His strength goes up by 3 stacks, and he basically gets defenses 2 per level. When you hit him with your boulder, it does double, so it does 2 stacks. And his 2 and his 1 both do a stack, and if you base attack, it does a stack. Basically, you become large and in charge with Hercules.
Like this moss giant I'm fighting in this game.
Yep, you become like that size. And basically, he has like the Hercules glow
But
from.
he doesn't have a giant stick though, like this guy.
Well, he doesn't have a stick, but he has his club.
Yeah, well, I guess it is kind of. It is a giant stick, different kind.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's all different kinds of stuff.
What I was gonna say though is I got into making AI music,
What?
like artificial intelligence AI, making music with it.
I know, I've been hearing it. It's actually not been bad.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
I would do it. And they can't catch you for copyright. It's AI.
I mean, there's not copyright. It's all original. You come up with the lyrics. There's nothing copywritten about it. It's I own full rights to it. So I've actually released them on streaming platforms. One, if people want to listen to them, and also two, so it's easier for me to just pull it up on the streaming platform so I could play it while I'm streaming and stuff like that, like on Spotify or Apple Music. And then yeah, so I have one album up already. I have another one that's basically done. I want to make like one more song before I release the album.
Okay.
And I have a bunch of one-off songs too.
That's awesome, man. Seriously, keep it up. I mean,
It's fun.
that's half of the battle right there. Is just being able to frickin' enjoy what you do.
A lot of people like really downplay, or they're like, "Oh, well, you didn't really make that." I'm like, "Well, okay, you go ahead and make it yourself too. Like, try it out. It's not as easy as like you can. It is easy to get something kind of okay, but if you want to, I pride myself in the fact that I've taken it above and beyond, and I feel like I make better music than if somebody were to just pick it up and try it for the first time. So there is work in making these, and I feel like my music background that I have, I think, has helped me make better songs too.
Then keep doing it, man. Honestly, if it makes you happy, do it. I've always been that way, man. You know this.
I love the fact, and also like I just super enjoy the fact that I'm making the songs about like this is a RuneScape album, so they're all based on stuff that happens in this game. So that's my favorite part about it, is I can make an album that I can listen to that is based on something I enjoy. I don't know, like it's cool.
I agree. I agree fully. Because you should. Like, heck, even if you're not making money on it, who cares? It's something you enjoy.
I had somebody in my comments like a long time ago. They're like, "Oh, it's so cringe that you put it on the streaming platforms. Like, you didn't make it, it's AI." I'm like, well, first of all, I did make it. I own the rights to it. And also, like, I am a musician, so what, I'm like hurting myself at the same time? Like, I'm fully capable of recording all this stuff that I've done. It is different, I guess, but not only that, they're like, "Oh, because you can make money off the streaming platforms." I've made $0 off of this, and it's for myself so that I can play it, have it easily, readily available on my playlist on my phone. Like, I'm doing it for myself. I'm at $- for this, so like the fact that I don't know what he thinks was going on, but it's not like, I don't know.
Those kind of people are people that'll never be happy. They cannot be happy for themselves, so they have to be mad at somebody else.
Oh, I didn't even reply to it. I was like, man, the level of ignorance. Like, you don't even know how to do this. Go ahead, learn how to do it. Sure, it's not hard. Go ahead, but you know nothing about getting music onto streaming platforms, because if you did, you would not even be mad at me in the first place. Because it's more work than, like, I'm not getting anything out of it.
You're just enjoying what you're putting out, and you're enjoying what you're doing.
And I want to share it with other people, so if they like what I've made, they can listen to it too. I get nothing from it. If it blew up, there's potential that I could maybe get something, but the chances of that, and even if they did, I wouldn't even feel bad about that either, though.
The main thing I'm going to just say to you, brothers, is just do what makes you happy. That's all I say. You know this. Because the fact of the matter
No,
is that
I just
life is too
like
short.
I wasn't even mad. It's just this comment. I was like, really, buddy? Like, okay.
No. But I say this for you and for everybody else around, you know, whoever's listening. The truth is that life's too short. Enjoy what you do.
Yeah.
You know? Thing is that, like, I still enjoy my stuff. You enjoy this, then that's awesome. I'm happy that I can still, you know, I put it this way, I'm still happy I can call you a friend after everything.
Yeah. If I wanted to make money, I'm trying to think. So the most lucrative thing I did online for like streaming and stuff like that was when I was playing like Nintendo games and stuff like that. Because that's when that's when I got like people donating the most and stuff like that. But it's like I play them when I want to, but like this is literally a 20-year-old game, 21-year-old game. And it's just, I have fond memories of playing this game as a kid, and I really want to relive them, so that's why I'm playing it.
That's fine.
Like, I know you're in here talking with me, but I know you, like, hate this game.
Personally, I played it back in high school.
I know.
And that's as far back as I'm going.
But what year was that? Huh?
High school was 20 years ago, 2004.
2004. Okay, so if you played it in 2004, so 2004 would be RuneScape 2, which is a little newer than the version I'm playing. The version I'm playing is essentially a 2003 version. So if you might have played it in 2003. I'm not sure.
I'm just telling, dude.
It's my favorite version of the game, is what I'm saying, though.
No.
I didn't like the version. I still played 2000. So I don't know. I stopped playing in probably 2005, 2006, and then I didn't come back to the main game until quite a bit later. And then most people's favorite version is 2007. I actually don't like that version of the game, but that's most people's favorite version. Just give me 1 second. I have to go to the washroom, so I'll be right back. I'll be AFK for a bit.
Of course.
As the XP rolls like the tide, as the levels climb, I'm living life refined. Just one click away from the mines to the trees. I find my peace with ease. In Gillen or I AFK in breeze. I'm deep in the mother lode, mighty slow, letting progress flow. Iron in the bank, coal in the sack. Take a sip, lean back, never looking back. Auto retaliates, my friend. Fighting goblins till the end. Just watching them fall while I check my phone. Half the work, the XP's my own. Oh, vision at the cavalry shore. I'm a stray AFK while I dream of more. With a brew in hand,
Alright.
I'll let it ride as the XP rolls like
Welcome
the
back.
tide.
Yeah.
As the levels climb, I'm
I was just kind of dancing a little bit there for a while. Like, I really have to go pee. So I don't know what to do right now in this game. Trying to think of who I should fight. Let me see here. Monsters, level range. Should I do blue dragons? No. You know what? I'll go to, it's called the Legends Guild, which is where I just recently unlocked it. I haven't been down there. There's some stuff to train down there. I'm going to check it out.
Go for it.
Where is the Legends Guild there? Party or Camelot. Camelot's probably a better, cheaper teleport to do.
No. Better than that, though, I'll just put it this way. I don't mind watching people play it. I just don't personally like playing the same games. But that's just my opinion.
Well, because it's really grindy.
It's not that it's really grindy, it's just I would probably rather play like a PlayStation game than this.
You're really big on graphics,
Yeah.
like quality graphics. There's a certain kind of charm to this style of graphics, in my opinion. I don't know. I appreciate it. I like this better than the next gen. So for me, really old looking graphics and really new looking graphics are my two favorite. In the middle, there's like a valley where I don't like it. So slightly newer than this, I don't like. You know what I mean?
I'll put it this way. The thing about this game is, I remember tons of people playing it and getting into it for a little bit. I played it for a couple of months, but it just didn't really sit well with me with certain things. And then it was one of those things that just, I would then play my PlayStation or play, I don't know. Sometimes I would play in an old NES game. I just found them a little bit more appealing than this game, if that makes sense. Plus, I felt like certain types of this kind of game, it just never really did too much for me. I get the grindiness, it just, I don't know, it's hard to explain. I still think that it's still a good game, and I still appreciate it for what it is. Wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, I'll still play like any game that's like, I used to play Maple Story. I used to play.
That's crazy to me. If you would play that, why wouldn't you play this? This is better.
Because difference on opinion on that one. Ragnarok, I used to play a lot of. I don't know if you remember that. The only reason why Ragnarok was all pixelated, so it was all not pixelated, but it was all
sprite based, probably.
Yes, thank you. That was the word I was looking for, sprite. And that's the reason why I loved that one so much. It was just, you would just have sprites and that would be it. And you
was it 2D? Was it 2D?
3D, 2D-ish.
Yeah, because this game has sprites, but the sprites
like the background would be like 3D-ish.
Could you rotate the camera like what I'm doing? Or is it only one view? Like, was a world 3D?
It's called Ragnarok Online. And they have an updated version, but this is like the same thing in a way, like where everyone's like the updated version's better, but this is where I would agree with you, where I actually like the other style more than I like the newer version.
You know what I just realized? You remember when you were saying that my voice kept cutting out for you?
Mm-hmm.
My mouse button to rotate my camera, I'm not doing it right now, I'm using a different one, is the same button that I programmed in Discord to mute my microphone. Actually, I might have did it again.
You did.
I did it again. Okay, so the same button I used to rotate my camera is the same button I set up in Discord years ago to mute my microphone. So that's why when I was talking and I was rotating my camera just a little bit here and there, you're like, it keeps cutting in and out. It's because that's what was happening.
Makes sense, man.
Marshall, go for 60 attack. Man. I am going for 60 attack, but I'm doing it a stupid way.
May I ask?
I'm trying to do it with the dummies to get 0 HP XP. What was that?
I said, how long are you playing for?
Little less than 45 minutes. Half an hour to 45 more minutes.
Okay.
It's when my son's nap's over.
Gotcha. Right now, I've just got 2 to 3 more hours until I have D&D.
No. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think you know that I'm a nerd. It's one of the few things that I enjoy.
Do you play with Jay ever? Still?
Justin? Yeah.
Yeah.
I play with Justin. Like, literally, that was yesterday.
Oh yeah. There was
Yeah,
another game. Oh, he was playing that. I saw he was streaming Squirrel with a gun.
Yes, he actually has a world record on that game.
Really?
Yep,
That's crazy.
Fastest completion. 100% completion. He had. He beat
What?
the game in less than 2 hours.
Hold on. Is it on the speedrun high scores?
I don't know if it is, but that's what he's been saying out loud. So he said he's been speedrunning it and he's been getting time with getting him all done. Like 100% speedrun.
Yeah. What is it called? Squirrel with a gun.
Squirrel with a gun.
Not squirrel climb. All right, let's see here. So the no leg, any percent, 100%. Here we go. The comic flex. He's got done in 1 hour and 36 seconds a month ago. He's the only one on the high score though.
I told you.
That's sick though.
Dude, he speed ran that game like full speed. Like he had it. Like he knew exactly what he was going to do and when he was going to do it.
There's people with the any percent that have a slower time than his 100%.
Yep. I remember when he first started playing it and he thought it was hilarious, and then he took the game super seriously and was speedrunning it.
That's funny. He should do the any percent as well to see what he could get.
He probably beat them too.
Well, the any percent, let me see here, is 21 minutes and 55 seconds. But I remember that like the game when I saw it like previewing, I thought it was the funniest thing ever.
Yep.
And I really wanted to play it. It's on my like wish list, but I just never got around to buying it.
Thing is that everybody's different, dude. But I'm gonna tell you this much. I was watching him play it, and he just took it super serious. He was just like, "This is my game." I was like,
I mean, speedrunning is fun. I got into doing it for a little bit. Actually, let me check.
I remember when I had to keep you awake for that stream 4 years ago. Remember?
I wasn't speedrunning that. I was just trying to 100% that game. But
you were following us. You're like, yeah, no. I'm like, no, you get your ass up and you finish this. And you're like,
I got you to get into Discord with me, and I'm like, I'm just gonna take like a 5-minute nap. You just wake me up in a little bit. And then I was like so zoned out and exhausted, and then you're giving me like a prep talk.
Yep, I had to. I knew you were gonna fall asleep. I knew you were. And then I think I got you to get the whole distance, and then you're like, all right, I'm going to bed. I say, all right, goodbye. And then you went to bed, and then I think I went to go play Smite.
So where was it? Game B? I can't remember which one it is. 100,000 point?
But the main reason why I did that was because in the back of my head, I was like, if I said I was going to do it, I'd want to do it. And I would kick myself if I didn't do it.
I'm trying to find. I submitted one for Duck Hunt, but I don't remember which one it was. There I am. MacMan Games ranked 40th at 3 minutes and 2 seconds, and the world record is 2 minutes and 48 seconds.
Hey.
Yeah, that's my old name.
Dude, that's awesome though. At least you're on the leaderboards. That's something, dude.
I mean, to get on the leaderboard, you just submit it.
But still.
Are there multiple pages? How long ago was it? 7 years ago. I was probably a lot higher up because there's a lot of stuff a lot of people that are past me that are like more recent than that. For some reason, I feel like the record was like 3 minutes when I did it, and I was just a couple seconds off. But now, somebody's figured out something that they shaved off almost 15 seconds.
Some people just figure shit out, man. And then there's other people.
I don't even know if you figure anything out, but because the game is pretty simple. It's such a difficult game for them to police to make sure they don't cheat, though, because there are ways that you could just. There are ways that you could cheat, and it'd be very difficult to prove whether or not they did cheat or not.
Well, the thing is that 90% of the time, it has to be within reason.
Well, the thing is,
I beat Duck Hunt in 2 seconds.
Well, no, you have to have a video, but the video, you can't tell if they're cheating or not. And I feel like if you're getting in the top 5 or top 10, they'll be a little bit more critical and be like, did they cheat here or not? And if it is not conclusive, like you can't tell if they cheated or not, they probably won't accept it.
Probably.
If you're going to be that high up. Whereas mine, because mine, you can't even, like, I didn't cheat, but realistically, the way that you can cheat in the game, because the way the Duck Hunt gun works, from my video, you can't tell. I don't think. Did I position the camera in a way where you could? Basically, if your gun is too far away from the TV or you're pointing it at a white screen, it'll count as a hit always. I think I might have tried to position my camera in a way so that you could see the gun and the TV to make sure that so you could tell I wasn't cheating.
Like I said, everybody's different with the way they do stuff, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, doesn't surprise me. I don't think people can really cheat that well, but I'm not gonna be surprised if they do.
In what?
Speedruns.
Well, there's tons of cheats in speedruns.
Really?
Yeah, there's people that get caught years later.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of terrible that it takes that long. Like years and years for people to figure it out.
Yeah. It could be like they edited a video and then they learn more about the game and then they realize what happened is not possible in the game code. So then they know that the video must be spliced.
Gotcha.
Or they do a lot of sound signature analysis to make sure, because if it's a continuous recording, the sound signature will be like very continuous. But if there's like any editing or cuts, they'll be usually you can detect it in the sound signature. But then there's people I'm sure that would know how to smooth that out to make it undetectable as well. Like it gets really advanced. That's why. So one of the most well-known games in the speed, like for verification, is Super Mario, the first one, because people understand the game code so well that they can verify whether or not a speedrun clip is legit or not because they know like something called frame rules, and they know exactly what frame rule it should be at based on what their time is at, and if it's not, then they know there's some kind of shenanigans.
Don't count it.
Like if enemies have spawned in different locations, they know that you're not actually at the time that you should be at. So they know there's something up.
Like I said, your knowledge on this stuff beats me into the ground because it blows my mind because of all of the stuff you guys know compared to me. So I'm just saying, like, huh.
I just get interested in it and then I learn about it.
I'm
a
it.
nerd that way.
No, that's fine. You can be a nerd that way. I have no problem with that.
I just like figuring out how things work. That's so funny. Now that I've discovered that my camera turn is the same as my mute button, it's messing me up so much. Like I'm like, oh, I want to move my camera, but also I don't want to mute myself right now.
Well, then why don't you fix the settings?
Because both of them, I have the muscle memory for both of it being that action. When I do want to mute myself, I want it to be that button. And when I want to turn my camera, I want it to be that. So I just got to make sure I only turn my camera when I don't have anything to say.
Oh, gosh. But hey, dude, it is what it is.
Just funny.
Now, I'm just debating on what to do eventually, because I'm worried that if my does die, where I go from there. And I didn't know if you'd be interested in Deadlock, but I can get you it for free if you want it.
What is it called?
Deadlock. It's a shooter. It's the 30-person shooter MOBA. There.
Yeah, I know. The one you're talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Just
Like I
pulling
said,
up a video on it. This is a very strange preview video. It just shows nothing.
That's the starting screen.
Is it?
Yeah. That's just the starting screen. Incon has videos on it. Everyone else has videos on it. You can just look up gameplay footage.
Yeah, I figured. I was trying to make sure that I actually eat some food in the game, so I don't die. Oh, this guy. Shoot. What is his name? Owl something. The War Owl. He plays it. That's actually pretty promising then that it's good.
Who's the War Owl?
He's a Counter-Strike guy. Very knowledgeable.
Basically, in this game, you pick a champion, they have abilities, and you have to pick 3 different types of ways to build them. Ability, tank, or machine gun. They all have their own flaws and perks based on however you want to play them.
What was the Smite game that I was playing for a little bit? Not Smite game, high-res game. The
Rogue Company?
Yeah, that's it.
It's not doing well.
No, I know it. It died very quickly, but is it somewhat like that?
To a point, but not, because it's more like, I think the best way to explain it is it's like Paladins mixed with Smite. Because you have different people that do different things, and then you also have the way to level up their stuff like Smite, but you also get items that increases your magazine size.
That's similar to Rogue Company then.
Yep, increase your magazine size. But then there's boxes and crates that spawn everywhere, and if you destroy the boxes and crates, you might get a random thing that does a permanent for a ammo percent increase, extra damage, 1% cooldowns, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And all those stack, so you can just keep getting more and more. But that will take time because you're no longer in lane. You might be missing out on EXP. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of stuff. There's payoff and rewards if you can properly do it. But this is also it also has mechanics where you can slide, like Warframe, stuff like
It's
that.
very much like Rogue Company.
Yeah. But you have health gauges, and you can have bullet resistance, stuff like that. Like, there's different purposes to everything, Just depends on what you want to build, how you want to build, and what you want to do with your character. And people are already building like preset builds, and you know me, how I don't like that, because I like to build my own stuff and figure it out myself.
Yeah.
But stuff like that. You'll see when with whatever. But if it's not your cup of tea, that's fine. I just thought I'd offer the hand for it. And there's all different kinds of stuff. Like, I was just trying to figure out what would be best for down the road if you want to start streaming more in-depth games.
Hey, this game right here is ridiculously in-depth.
Team in-depth games with the old Vendetta crew.
Yeah. Actually, that'd be pretty fun to get that back together. Hey, you know what's hilarious? Are you watching the stream right now?
Hold on. I have it on, yes.
Let me know when you see it.
What is that? I see it's uploaded on the map and I just can't see it.
No, me.
Oh, I see it now. Yep, now you say it. You said no me, and then you pointed out the shirt. I was like, oh, yeah.
I was holding up the shirt for a while. I was like...
You know what the funny thing is? I'm not kidding. Literally, like 10 minutes before I came over here to watch you play, my niece Haley is playing Rune Factory 5, and she just made a weapon that's literally called Vendetta.
That's cool.
And I laughed, and that made me laugh. And then I saw you, and I was like, this can't be a coincidence. I have to talk to him. But no, like, old Vendetta team needs to, at one point, play together again and just have some fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever talked to Mastered anymore, but, like, he kind of disappeared.
I have not. Maybe I should see if I can get a hold of him.
Like, I still
Bob
talk
used
with
to
Justin.
talk to him more, but
I still talk with Justin and Bob.
Yeah.
I'm still good friends with them, so I'm just trying to remember if there's anybody else. By the way, did I tell you a couple months back, like a while back, I was playing a game with Mars.
Oh yeah.
And he was focus firing me as hard as he could, and I ended up killing him and beating him.
Yeah, he was.
He was always kind of an ass.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, very.
We only played with him once because he was on our team because we needed a substitute, and not like the first substitute we had, but that was a level 2 that only knew how to play with Sun Wukong.
Yeah, it was bad when we needed subs.
Yes, it was always bad when we needed subs.
But yeah, Mars was. He was
He
decent, but he was very.
He was bad
Not.
all the time.
He was opportunistic, I guess. He would.
You can
Not you. I guess I don't know. You're only valuable to him if he. I don't know how to describe it.
He's more
Like
habit.
if you're useful to him, then he'll use you. As soon as he thinks you're not useful to him in his benefit or whatever,
You're trash.
he's out. Yeah.
You're trash. Because he said that to me once, and I was like, okay, cool. And then
Yeah.
he focus fired me, and I killed him every time he focus fired me.
He's like he'll be your friend if he thinks you can help him, but if he doesn't think you can help him, then he doesn't want anything to do with you.
Yep. Honestly, like I said, we gotta do. I don't want the brand to die, Vendetta. I really don't. I always love the name. And honestly, at one point, I was just like, we should just get back together and just do some Vendetta gaming. Just have some
Yeah,
fun.
it could be literally anything. You don't Yeah.
Yeah, just like even if all of us are playing like, I don't know, like something, like anything, like even if we play a MOBA or something like that together, just all of us just playing together. Not a MOBA, I meant to say an MMO.
Yeah. I'd say, what was our core group? Because we had, well, it was Master, you, me. We had a few supports that were coming in and out. Jay was, I would say he was, but then wasn't he? Did he not have time? Is that what it was? Because he was always like kind of our sub.
Yeah, he was always here and there. He was never really fully.
But I think it was just more so that he couldn't play.
Yeah. Justin was also very.
Or he wanted a coach. That's what it was.
We had him as the coach because he was more of a coaching player because he didn't like playing the game because he tilted fairly. And then we had to use him one time as a sub because we as a support because we didn't have a support that game.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the was it servers or something like that.
You just look on our you look on your Discord and it literally says all of our names and what we were.
Yeah. Where?
Masters was mid.
Oh yeah.
I think Bob was jungle.
Well, Bob ended up. Yeah, man,
Bob
we always had somebody, one person not show up. It was so frustrating. As somebody that was like trying to get us into all these tournaments and all this work and stuff like that, and we're like, all right, everybody's good. Everyone's like, yeah. And then I'd even have to make everybody check in ahead of time because all the times where people didn't show up, and it was like, yeah, okay, we're all here. And then like 20 minutes before, somebody would just disappear. It's like, what the F?
Yeah, it happened a bit. But honestly, our team was really not bad. Like, I had a bad game with Solo or Troll. But I ended up killing him 2 or 3 times, so I felt good about that game. Because I was playing Thing because he took Hades from me. Because he was just reading my picks and bans, and he just focused Hades on me.
Yeah.
And I was playing Zhang Kuei, because Zhang Kuei was the only one that was like close in damage numbers to Hades, so when we could rotate and do better. But at some point we gotta go back to just playing more games together, all of us. Maybe make a Vendetta group again and just have fun, because I missed that. That was a lot of fun.
It was.
I mean, like I said, if we have anything we can all just play together, it doesn't have to be MOBAs, it could be whatever. Because even me and Bob...
It could be Fortnite. Just kidding.
No. I'm terrible.
Hey man, didn't you have fun playing Fortnite with us?
I was drunk. Most of the time we were playing Fortnite. I played Fortnite when I was drunk. And I didn't realize I had the balloon buff on me. I flew all the way into the air and then let go of all the balloons and fell to my death.
No, that you can't do that in the game. But I remember what you were doing was instead of like parachuting at the lowest possible point so you can get to the ground early, you would parachute immediately. So then you'd float down as slow as possible. We'd be like on the ground, like fighting battles for minutes before you would even get down.
The thing is that I wouldn't doubt that, because that was also probably fairly true. But
you were deploying your parachute immediately, and like we're still on the ground. We're like, hey, are you gonna come down here soon?
No, I think I was saying no to you. But no.
You're like, this is my survival tactic. They can't kill me if I haven't gotten to the ground yet. By the time I land, 50 out of the 100 people have already perished.
Maybe we can play some other games. Like, we'll figure something out. Free-to-play games that we can all just play together that really wouldn't soak up our internet or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I would love to do that with you guys again and just have some fun. Because even though we never really won any of the games that we were playing in with Vendetta, I just enjoyed just the camaraderie with all of us because we had fun.
Yeah. funny. We've all had like different success.
Yeah.
Not with each other, but then when we all teamed up together, we didn't. Not like that we broke down or anything. It's just we couldn't squeeze out a victory. Usually because we had to pick up a random sub that we'd find like 5 minutes before the game, and then there's like that would be our weakness, and we lose because of that. But
yeah,
we had even with that, we had games where we dominated early, and then we just would lose late because of like 1 or 2 bad plays or something.
That's been a couple times, because I remember Master would pop off, then I would pop off, then next thing I know, you'd be popping off and carry, and then next thing you know, it's like, what happened?
Yeah.
Just, it sucks. But
I remember there was one game we should have won.
There's a couple of games we should have won to be sure.
Oh, I know. There's one I remember I specifically threw, and I'm trying to remember exactly what happened. I think
you got camped all game.
Well, no. I was doing well, but I think
you're cutting.
I was trying. Oh, sorry. I'm moving my camera. If I remember correctly, I went for a kill because I thought if we got the kill, we won the game. Because then we could take the Phoenix and then fight the Titan undefended. And I think what happened was, I think I got the kill, but I think I couldn't get out of the tower fast enough, so I died. And as the hunter, because of that, we ended up not being able to get the Phoenix, and then we ended up losing off of that because the team still tried to do it without me, and then we wiped, and then they just ran down mid, took our Phoenix and Titan. I think that's what happened. And it's literally like if I didn't go for that kill and we just took the Phoenix, we could have taken all 3 Phoenixes, not gone for the Titan, and they would have been in such a bad place and we could win later.
Yes.
Or we could go 5v1 and then he probably can't defend it. But I thought he still might defend it. So I'm like, if I kill him, we got this for sure. We don't have to take all the Phoenixes, just the one and then finish it. But when I got the kill, I had tower aggro, and which then again, it's kind of a miscommunication part too, because I should have had one of you guys tanking it so that I could get that kill. And even if we lose our tank, we win because we don't need a tank if they're dead, right?
But you know what the truth is that I put it this way: learning curves. That's what they were. They were just learning curves.
It was literally just one misplay.
That's all we can say that they are, because I don't want to see them as a bad thing more than they are just what we needed to know at the time. Because shit happens. Oh well. The thing is that I still had fun. You guys still had fun. Like, I mean, except for Justin. Justin's like always temperamental. But
well, I mean, Kyle would get pretty mad too, but he'd just be quiet.
Yeah.
I think he'd be the most mad out of everyone, but he would be quiet about it. Although sometimes he would, maybe it was when Kyle and Bob would be mad together, then they would get mad, but...
Kyle was more quiet mad. He didn't really get in your face about it. But sometimes Bob would feed in, because he'd be like, why are you mad? Because Bob was always one of those people, like, he would always be the reverse antagonist. Like, he would just be like a smart ass because he always liked doing it. Yeah, he would always do it. Because
why you mad, bro? Why you mad? Was literally me and my buddy, our coworker. There's one guy at work who he gets so mad all the time, and he gets mad when you point out that he's mad.
Yeah.
And he might not even be mad, but we're just like, why are you mad? And then he'd be like, I'm not mad, and then he'd be so mad shortly after. It's just so funny.
That's literally
like, you can't tell him. He's like, what do you mean? You don't know what I'm feeling. Don't tell me how I'm feeling.
Yeah, that's you and I both know that's Bob to the T. And the thing is that, like, honestly, I think that if we can all find a way just to find a game that we all can play and just chill out and have fun with, that could probably help us, and then get us back to the old rhythm. And then if we ever all decide to go back into a MOBA or play a game together, professionally or semi-professionally, again.
I'm too old. My reaction times are too slow.
Don't give me that.
I can't play the way that I used to. Like when I 1v1. Like.
How old are you?
33 turning 34, but it's
Shut
noticeable
up.
for me. Yeah, but it's noticeable compared
Shut
to when
up.
I was in my 20s playing 1v1s, and now it's like I used to be able to do a bad play on purpose, knowing that I could mechanically outplay my opponent, and that's how I used to play, because sometimes you got to take a risk to be able to win the game, and that's how I would win them. And a lot of times I would catch people off guard because in my grind in 1v1s, I always try to win in 10 minutes. I was trying to do it super, super fast because I felt like that's my way to get my TP real fast, play like 3 10-minute games in a half an hour instead of one half-hour game. If I don't win it in 10 minutes, I might just abandon it and move on to the next because I could win 2 more in 10 minutes instead of dragging it on for an hour. But so then to do that, I would have to take a risk, and I try to outplay my opponent. When I last remember playing, I couldn't do it anymore because people were out like skilling me when I was doing that. The reactions were faster than mine.
All I'm saying, dude, is that I'm 3 years older than you.
Yeah, and my mechanics were better than yours when I was younger because I was younger than you.
I'm older than you.
I know, but it's a thing. Like even pros, they say like when they're playing against like the 14-year-old pros and the other pros were like 25. The ones that were 25, they're like, I have to play smarter. I can't play on pure skill.
There's always a reason why they say that. What's
Like
so hard?
the super young pros were able to play on pure skill. And then as you got older, you had to use your brain more.
Doesn't mean that you're bad, man. Anybody?
No,
can
it
get
means
good.
it means you have to play a different style.
You have to be willing to adapt. I'm always willing to adapt.
But it doesn't match my personality as well. That's the difficult part for me.
You're moving your camera. You keep cutting.
Sorry, I had to. It doesn't match my personality as well, so that's why it's rough.
Really?
I feel like I feel like your playstyle has to match who you are as a person too. If you're not playing the way that matches your personality, it's always going to be subpar. I think that in all things, like when I used to play golf and stuff like that competitively, I used to have to, like, sometimes the decision, yes, this is a dumb decision, but I will step up to the plate because this decision excites me, and I will pull off the crazy shot in that moment only because that shot excites me. So say in a normal circumstances, you have like a 20% success rate on this shot because it is a high risk shot. But because the shot excites me more, that 20% becomes 60% instead, just because I have that extra adrenaline and extra focus. And now I feel like, wow, I have more than a 50% chance, and I will take that risk. And match my personality. Instead, the other shot had an 80% success rate, but I feel shitty about making that decision, and now it drops down to 60% anyways. So both of them are a 60% success rate because one of them I felt shitty about making that decision, and the other one moved up to 60% because I felt good about making that decision. Then they're equal, so I might as well take the one that excites me. I think personality matching to your playstyle in a lot of things is really important.
I get it. But I will also say this too, and this is also a legitimate factor. Sometimes when people take breaks and come back to stuff,
They get better, yeah.
They wake up those parts of their brain that they haven't used in forever, and they become more sharp.
I'm hoping that happens to me, not with video games though, but with pool, because I got really into pool, and I was not playing at a super high level, but I was on the threshold where I was starting to play against really good players. And since my son's been born, I haven't been able to play. Like, I think I played one time since, and I'm hoping to be able to start playing again soon. And I hope when I come back, just the excitement of coming back, I will return back to where I was a lot quicker, if that makes sense.
No, you don't have a pool table or anything like that for your house?
I own one, but it's not here. And getting it moved here
I think I remember saying
yeah,
nightmare.
I've owned this table for 4 years. I've never been able to play on it. It's the tough part is nobody would be anybody that knows the type of table it is. It's very heavy. There's a lot. I could probably buy another table and get people to help me move the other table a lot easier than to move the table that I own. But I'm like, I own this one. So then if I can't get people to help hiring movers, the movers will cost a fortune to move it as well. Because it's just very heavy. It's a one-piece slate.
So it's
instead of 3 pieces like a lot of tables this size, this is 1 piece. So it is exceptionally heavy. In fact, if you buy a brand new table that is 1 piece like this, the manufacturers will not deliver it to you if it is not on the first floor. And that's if you bought the table brand new from the manufacturer where they do free delivery. But they won't do it if it's not in the basement or on the second floor. I have to move it from a basement to the first floor. Like it's in a basement at where it's stored, and then it will be on the main floor where I would set it up. So
have you looked at how much it would cost?
Quite a bit. Because yeah.
I only say this because
what I could do is when I moved it the first time, I just got a ton of friends that didn't know what they were getting themselves into, and they helped me move it. I can't get the same friends because they know how heavy it is, and they're like, yeah, I'm sorry, I won't be able to move this for you again next time.
Well, you tried.
So I burnt those friends. I need to get new friends, a new batch of friends to help me move the second time.
Well, I live in a whole different area. So
I was thinking, I'm like, I should try to get some coworkers to just be like, hey, I'll get you guys beer and pizza. And then they won't know what they're getting themselves into. Plus, they're electricians. They do manual labor. They're stronger too. They're like, hey, man, we mount like 1,000-pound transformers. This is nothing. Even though it weighs it's more awkward to move and weighs the same, or if not more.
Well, the thing is though, if you get a bunch of those guys, like if you get like 5 or 6 of them, and that means everybody's carrying about 200 pounds apiece, that would not be. So when luckily I was in really good shape, and I was able to deadlift. I don't know what my max was, but probably 500 pounds at the time. When we moved it, at one point in the stairs, I had the entire weight of the slate on just by myself. And it's just because nobody else, like on the staircase, nobody else could be holding it. And so I was able to do that. One, I don't think I can do that anymore right now. I'd have to get back in shape just to do that. And then, yeah, so even though you could split it up between more people, yes, you can, but not on the stairs, you can't. No, because then that's more awkward.
Yeah, so at most, you're going to have 2 people carrying all the weight on the stairs. At certain points. At other points, people can help. I remember one of my friends was, let me try to attack this guy one more time, see if I can finish him off. He was like, I'm just here for moral support, guys. He was standing on the side. He's like, I'm going to pretend like I'm helping balance. It's funny, when I first heard your brother in the background, I thought it was somebody in the background here. I was like looking at the door. I'm like, oh. Because really soon, my son should be getting up.
Do you have an alarm for him, or do you just let him wake up when he wants to wake up?
Well, not an alarm, but we have a certain time where if he's still sleeping beyond a certain point, then we'll just wake him up.
How is Naomi doing?
Good. Yeah. Yeah, good for the most part. He gets overwhelmed with Maddie sometimes, but it's getting better. As he's getting older, it's getting easier. But when I had to, I'm on call occasionally for work, and I had to take a on-call thing after hours, and yeah, obviously she wasn't very happy about that, but it is part of the job. So she got left with him for dinner by herself, and yeah, it's tough to juggle a lot of things by yourself. It's easier when we're both here, and unfortunately, I have to do that again Tuesday. But at least this one's not like last minute notice like it was for the other one. This one we were able to plan ahead for it. That I had to do this job after hours.
Hopefully.
It's not like super late. It's just the fact that, and like I'll be home by bedtime basically. Well, not my son will probably be in bed before I get home, but it's just the having to do a lot of the busy stuff. I'm in 30 Wilderness. The busier times by yourself is rough. Can be rough.
I doubt it. I mean, with everything, probably just at least you have a good enough job where you don't have to worry about it. If you know what I mean. Like,
I'm getting a little stressed. I don't know if yeah.
You can be honest.
There's people are getting overworked right now. Like my boss is getting really overworked and overwhelmed. I have this last little while I was like super overworked and overwhelmed because I'm not, I guess I'm like the main service guy. I mean, I'm doing a bunch of random service calls, but I also do small projects. I kind of would rather do large projects, managing them, but I'm good at the service. So that's why they want me to do that, because when you do service calls, it's fun and I liked it a lot, but it's getting old, if that makes sense. Because service calls, the reason why they're fun is because you never know what you're getting thrown into. So it's problem solving. So I enjoy that because I like solving things. But if you've been doing it for a while, it gets old and can get overwhelming when my one boss went on holiday. So then the person that was handling the schedule by themselves, every time there was another thing that would come up, she's like, oh, okay, I'll get Jason to do that. Okay, I'll get Jason to do that. I'll get Jason to do that. And then in no time at all, I had like 7 things I had to do simultaneously. I'm like, I can't do all of them like at the same time. And I probably would have had them done faster if she let me do 1 or 2 of them at a time and then just wait before she gave me the next ones. But all 7 of them, they wanted me there at the same time. So I had to run back and forth between all these job locations just to keep people happy. Because if I didn't show up, they'd be like, well, your guy never showed up today. So I had to get to each one. So all the wasted time driving between them was preventing me from finishing them. And I was finding it stressful because none of the jobs are being finished. I did actually kind of wrap up most of them on Friday, which is nice. But before that happened, as it felt like a weight was being built every time I got started on the next one, because I'm like, okay, I have to remember where I was with this before I go to the next one. Now I have to remember all these other things. I can't use this for this job because I need to save that to use it on this job. And it's I don't know. It was getting stressful.
Stressing and tapping. Like
Every time you finish a job, it's a big relief. But I wasn't getting that satisfaction or that relief from finishing a job because I was being given more jobs before I could finish it. So then I was adding the weight of having more jobs, but without getting the relief of finishing a job.
I'm going to tell you the truth, but you're getting right now, because I got it with my last relationship. You're getting burnout.
Oh, I for sure. So, well, that's the problem is my boss for sure was burnt out. So then he had to take some time off, like not a ton. He just took like a week off. And then what happened was the people that are being relied on more were starting to get burnt out. And then when he was off, unfortunately, the rest of the staff were just throwing more at the people that they're relying on because they didn't know who to throw stuff at. There's like, well, I usually throw it at this guy without realizing like how much was on their plate already. And it just like accelerated my burnout or added to a little bit of burnout that became a little more. But
yeah,
I was very happy to see that Monday, my schedule for Monday is significantly less. And I was like, okay, this is reasonable now. I can handle this.
Well, that's good at least. At least you're getting some form of relaxation. Like,
Yeah. It was also a little like, not, I don't want to say, it was so our schedule, you can see everybody in the company, where they're going, like what jobs are going and stuff like that. And when I saw there's like 60 of us, when I saw everybody had one job to do, and then I saw my name where I had like 5 jobs to do, I was like, what the heck? Like, why do I have to do everything? And I get it, is because there's very few of us that are doing service work, so that's why. So when you're doing service work, you're gonna have a longer list, because like, oh, hit this place, and this place. But it's just my list seems so long, and it was like just looking at the schedule and seeing the block of jobs under my name and then not a block of jobs under anybody else's name. I was like, hey man, just like spread some of these extra things that I'm being overwhelmed with somebody else, please. And the other guy that usually does a lot of service work, the reason why they weren't handing it off to him. Oh, I made a mistake. Let me walk back. The reason why they weren't handing him off to him was because him and I are I think we're the only two. Well, we're the only two that know what's going on there, at least, but have clearance to the Air Force Base out here, and we're doing a job there. So we were kind of bouncing back between the two of us, but they were leaving it with him for the rest of it, because I think my clearance there is expired, and I think it's stuck being renewed. So because that job is pretty important, they want it done. Because nobody else has clearance, he has to be there. So then now all the service calls that him and I could split between us all get just passed to me instead.
Is he getting close to finishing that job, or is it still taking a while?
I think it's gonna take a while. Like it's not a lot, but it's big.
It's like a lot of work.
It's a hangar at an Air Force base, and hangars are massive, so it's not a lot of work. But because you're on a lift up so high, and it just takes time to go all the way up and all the way down, and when you have to move to new locations, something that if it was closer to the ground would be so much faster and easier, but it's the added difficulty of being so high up in the air that will slow things down, if that makes sense.
I get it.
So it's like not a lot of work, but a lot of time, only because of the location to do the work.
That, and also getting clearance, getting through, making sure you get everything lined up, everything's set, and then getting your stuff in, and then getting your stuff prepared. And oh, I forgot this item, I needed it for this, and now I have to go back down to the carriage to make sure I get it to re-put it back in and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then occasionally, like because we're in the hangar, there's there's a north side and a south side. So then sometimes they'll be working on something. They're like, okay, you're not allowed in this side of the hangar now. You can only work on this side. It's for whatever reason. Why either they don't want us in the way, or sometimes they're bringing in something they don't want seen or whatever. Like not like they're hiding anything, but it's just like it's
not for city eyes.
Well, yeah, it's not for civilian. Like they don't want people to know the capabilities or whatever. Or not like a secret plane, but just knowing it could be not wise if a foreign government were to know what planes are out of commission being repaired right now, for example, right? They'd be like, yes, they have a vulnerability here because this plane is currently being refurbished or whatever. They're doing repairs on it, so it's not available right now. So they just don't. They're like, well, you can't go in there because they don't want the risk of some random person knowing that and then telling their friend, and then their friend tells somebody else that knows somebody else, and then it could, yeah.
It gets out of control very easily.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not actually a problem most of the time, but sometimes it could.
I get it, man. Lots of information.
Like, 99.9% of the time, it's not, doesn't make a difference. But
Could be that 1%.
it could be, yeah.
I get it. Wholeheartedly, I get it.
And I haven't been explicitly told that's why, but it's the only, that's my assumption. They're like, okay, that would make sense.
Sometimes that's all we have are our assumptions.
Because the only time I haven't had to leave a hangar when they have something in there that they're working on, because the hangar's always usually empty, is we have local police. They have a militarized helicopter, and I've been in there when that helicopter's been being repaired.
Well, damn.
And it's because, well, it's the police helicopter. It's not the...
Yeah, it's not privately funded or anything like that, aka government.
Yeah, well, it is, but it's not federal government. It's just local.
Yes. That's
Local
what I meant to
police.
say. Yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully.
I think my son is still sleeping right now. He's usually up by now.
I was gonna say, hopefully, you guys actually get some kind of, situation bettering compared to worsening with.
Well, I'm just worried that if my boss gets burnt out, and then, I mean, like, imagine if all the stress, if he has a heart attack, we're screwed. Because he's the linchpin.
He's the savior, if you will.
Yeah, he's very critical, and the amount of stress that he's been under, he very well could have a heart attack, and that would be really rough for the company. And then, with no fault of my own, could be looking for a job only because the company is in a really bad spot. You know what I mean?
Are you worried that they would try to rely on you next because you're already doing all the extra work?
People have been bringing up that they need more people to help them out, like doing that kind of work, and I actually wouldn't mind doing that. Take me off the service, and I'll just be like a deputy to him, kind of in training to do more of his role, and then as I get better at it, take more and more off his plate. I wouldn't mind that at all. The only thing, and so my age and experience in the real world, I think, is why I think I could handle it. The only thing I would be worried about is people thinking I've leapfrogged a lot of people in the company that they might not feel it's fair. Fortunately, now there's so many people in the company that are new and they don't know how long I've been doing this. But there's like, also... I haven't been an electrician as long as a lot of people imagine, because I have a lot of other relevant experience from other jobs that I've had in the past that helped me out a lot. And like I picked it up quickly. So I kind of got to positions a lot quicker than most people do. And so there are other people that have been doing this much longer than me that they might feel like they should do that type of role before I do. But I think I'm capable of doing it just as much as them, if not more. And I might feel a little awkward about, I don't know. I just don't want people to feel like they should have been them to do that instead of me.
I'm gonna put this one.
They might not even want to do it, and I do want to do it.
The thing that I was gonna tell you too is that if they really wanted to do it, they would ask. They would put in the effort.
Well, that's the thing. I want to do it, but I haven't asked. So.
Well, that's the thing though. But if they don't ask them, why is it your fault that they don't ask?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? The thing is that the only one that slows down your process to becoming better is yourself. And if they don't want to do it, but you feel like you're going to be bad for trying to take a job and step up in the company and do more for the company and yourself than somebody else that's been there for years, whose fault is that? It's theirs for not trying to step up.
Well, the company is about 4 years old, and I've been at the company for just shy of 3 years. So in terms of people that have been there, I've been there longer than most that work there. But in terms of having experience of being an electrician, there are a lot of people that have been an electrician much longer than I have. But
fine.
I picked up the trade a lot faster than most, if that makes sense.
That's fine. So, why would they be mad at you for wanting to step up and move further up?
Well, that's the other thing too is the one guy actually pointed out too. He's like, you're kind of your own worst enemy for something like that as well, because they might not want to lose you as a worker too, if that makes sense. Because like, yeah, you could definitely help out project managing and being in the office more and managing all these jobs and answering all the questions and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
then
but
now
that-
you're not running around doing all these service work. That the service work is really quick turnaround that keeps cash flow coming in. They lose that if I don't do that. Because so the service work, it's really easy, in my opinion. If you're decent at service work, it's really easy to get in the good books. Because if other projects fall behind, they don't get paid. And now you're out tons of money until the job gets done and then they get paid. In that gap where you thought you would have got paid for that job and you haven't yet, the service guy's running around getting paid constantly because he's finishing something quick. They get paid for it right away. That is constant cash flow, and that cash flow can be used to pay everybody else's salary that are working on jobs that will not get paid for another 2 months, right? So it's kind of, as long as you're bringing money in as a service guy, it's very easy to get in the good books because sometimes you're keeping like you're easing the company.
Keeping everything afloat. I get it.
Yeah. Not that it's like a super critical thing or anything, but it's like, yeah, it's bringing in money because
More
we
revenue
have
for everything.
3 jobs right now at the same time that are behind. So all 3 of them would have gotten paid for already, and then so all the money that they're out that they've paid salaries for people on that job, they were expecting to be able to have collected money for, but they haven't. So a lot of the jobs that I've done are helping them to not have to borrow as much money to be able to continue to pay people salaries while they're working.
But I'm gonna put it this way. From what I
I was like, you're gonna put it this way: silence.
I was eating something, sorry.
I was like, message taken.
If you want to move up and you want to do more for them, and you're getting tired of this, and you are getting close to burnout, you gotta
Yeah,
think
but
about
then-
yourself too, though. You
But then
have to-
will I not get burnt out more doing the other job?
Well, that's the thing. Maybe you just become a handyman, a tradesman, where you bounce between all of the different possibilities. So maybe one day, if you can't be needed there, you can be going over there. You can do that over there. You know,
That's
you
what
can-
I'm doing right now, basically. Hey,
Yeah.
buddy, Maverick just woke up.
Ah, nice.
Hey, buddy. You looks a little sleepy. Oh, you had to be woken up. You're napping so good. Oh. I'm sure Jason, undamaged, will say hi. Good. Okay. Yeah, Naomi's not feeling so good. She feels a little
sorry,
sick right
Nay.
now.
I hope you feel better, Naomi.
He says he hopes you feel better. Oh, bless you, mister.
Hey, Maddie.
Tell him what? Sorry? Oh, yeah. She says, she told me to tell you that Maverick, or Mav is how she said it, says hi. And Mavi, he already said hi to you, too.
Hey. I hope he feels better. It sucks to say. It really does.
Yeah, well, we're all kind of getting over colds here, and when you're sick and the kids and the baby's sick too, it's you're not feeling well, and then the kid's more work too because he's not feeling well.
That's rough. It's never fun. I'll put it that way.
No, and people warn, at least me, they warned me about that. They're like, oh, just wait until that you and your kids are sick. That's when the parenting is when it ramps up.
Well, you know what? It happens. You know, you're never gonna escape that. You know, especially when you're an adult. And you have your own to look forward to.
Yeah. Hold on, Undamaged, 1 second.
Sure, do you think?
I will. Okay, I think I should probably head out now though and get Mavi out of his sleep sack and do some things.
No worries, mate.
But it's good talking to you. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it has. But like I
We were
said,
probably talking for like 2.5 hours almost.
just like old times when we used to talk more.
Yeah, it's true. Okay,
No.
Mavi, stop grabbing those things. All right, I'll see you later.
Take care, man. You have a good day.
Yeah, peace. And stream, that goes the same to you. Thanks.